So today I want to show you how to make effective YouTube thumbnails for your real estate videos using a free downloadable template, which I have up on my website, youtubeleadgen.com, and completely free editing software over at canva.com. So the first step is that you need to go over to youtubeleadgen.com. And while you're over here, you'll see that I've got a bunch of articles, and I've got a podcast, and a bunch of other great resources here to help you in your YouTube journey. What you want to do is come over here to free stuff, or come up to the free stuff tab in the top bar here and scroll down. And right now I've only got this one free downloadable template, but I do intend to add some more free training, some other free downloadables to this section of the website. And you kind of get a little sneak preview of the thumbnail template here. So what I've done here is created a template for a very simple and very effective thumbnail that you can use for the majority of your YouTube videos. So this is the kind of the style that I go to when I just need a simple and effective thumbnail. It's not the most creative thumbnail or outlandish or eye-catching. It's just a simple thumbnail that really works. And I use this exact same style on many of my same videos. And you also see here in this template, you see these purple boxes here and some green boxes and the red box there. So the green one is what your mobile timestamp will be. So what the timestamp is that's displayed on all thumbnails on mobile devices, that size is actually different than the size of when it's displayed on desktops. The desktop is the red box there. And what I've actually done is taken a screenshot of my thumbnails on mobile devices and on desktop, overlaid that on my thumbnail, cut out exactly where the timestamp is. So that is the exact spot. And then the purple bars here, these ones get displayed whenever you mouse over a thumbnail or a video on desktop. When you try it yourself, you mouse over a video, these purple boxes displayed over the thumbnails. So this means is that you want to avoid any important information like text or your face in this purple area, as well as the green and the red area. So let's go ahead and hit the download button, and it opens up the actual thumbnail template right here. And you see this is a white silhouette of that exact thumbnail that I just showed you. And now let's go ahead and right click, go to save image as, and we're gonna save this on our computers. So now come over here to a new tab and go to canva.com. So canva.com is some free editing software, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with already. And it's very powerful. It can do a lot of really great design work in Canva completely for free. But you can also use this same exact template in Photoshop or PicMonkey or any of these other websites. So what we're gonna do is come here and go to start with an image. And now we're gonna open up this thumbnail template right here and open that up. And this is gonna create a new project for us around this image. Go on, click on edit image. Now I like making my thumbnails at 1080 by 1920 resolution. And there are a couple of other resolutions that you can use that keep that same aspect ratio, but I like doing the bigger size 1920 by 1080 to kind of future-proof your content. A growing trend on YouTube is that more and more people are watching YouTube videos on their TVs, and TVs obviously are getting a lot bigger. So that means your thumbnail is getting displayed at a lot bigger sizes. And this is why I like just doing 1920 by 1080, which is the resolution of this template right here. And once again, you can see these purple boxes I was talking about before, as well as the mobile and desktop timestamp in the bottom here. And these templates are pretty simple. It's really just three elements. You need your face, and I like to put the face there. You need the text here, and then you need a background image. So let's come over here in Canva and go to upload. And we'll scroll down, and I've got some images that I've uploaded in the past. So let's take this image right here I've already got in Canva. And we're gonna drag it over here, and you see how small that image is. That's a big mistake a lot of agents make, is that they make their face way too small on their thumbnails. So this template kind of shows you exactly how big I want you to make your face. And I want you to make it that big. And make sure you don't drag it over too far on top of these purple boxes there, because once again, on desktop, those can be displayed over your face. So put your face right next to those purple boxes so it's not covering up your face or anything. So next element that we need is some text. So actually, let's create a little bar here. So this is going to be the background for our text. And you see here, you drag on the corners, it resizes the entire thing. So what I usually do is I do that, and then I grab this white box here, and this can drag it around. And I don't really like that brown color, so let's go with a red color for that. That looks good. Now let's add some text to that. And let's make this, you know, living in Annapolis. There we go. And you kind of click out of that and you click back in. Now you can drag this around. I think that looks good, but really I need to grab this. The thing with Canva is it gets a little tricky grabbing the right layer that you want. So let's actually drag this down here. This is about where I want the text. So now we've got this layer selected. Now we can make this a little bit bigger, let's say right about there. So we click off there. Now let's click on the text layer again. Let's make that text white, right? That's what I do on most of my thumbnails. Now, one important element to note is that when a human being looks at your thumbnail, the first thing that they're going to do, that their eyes are going to lock in on my eyes. It's just human nature. You see an image, your eyes go directly to the person's eyes in the video and the thumbnail. So that's why I like having the text really pretty much on the same level as my eyes. And it's usually about 1/3 from the top of the thumbnail. But that's just one little trick that I like having the text here. I don't want the text way down here and make the person kind of move their head or look around. I want it really simple for them to go from looking at my eyes to reading the text. And you know what, let's actually make this text just a little bit bigger and grab this corner and drag this out a little bit. So now, once again, I need to grab this, let's pull this down so I can grab this red layer. And let's just play around with this just a little bit. So I think that looks good, but now I need to drag it back up to my eye levels. This is kind of my one complaint about Canva, is that it gets a little tricky playing around with the different layers. So I think that looks pretty solid. So far we're off for a great start. All right, so now we need a background for this thumbnail. And if you come up to uploads, I've got a couple of images that I've already uploaded to my account, or you can come up here to upload a new image. But let's go with this guy here. All right, so this is just a nice scenic background that I've downloaded. And what I'm gonna do is position it in the top left corner and then grab the bottom right corner and drag it out so it takes up the entire image, just like that. Now I want to come up to position, and you see how this covered up my face. So come up to position and go to send to back. So this sends it as a layer behind my face, behind the text, behind this text bar. And I think that looks really sharp. But there's one thing that I like doing, like this could work right now, but if you've seen any of my thumbnails, I like to blur the background a little bit. So come up here to adjust and come over to blur, and you can kind of drag this. You can sharpen it, or you can just kind of blur it. I don't want to blur it too much, just a little bit of blurriness to it. I think it gives it that depth of field, which is what you normally see in photography and in pictures. It makes it look a little bit more authentic, a little more three-dimensional rather than flat. And that's it. I think that is a very solid thumbnail right there. We literally made it in just a few minutes using that template that I have on my website. So now all you need to do is just go to download and hit download. And now you got a great little template or thumbnail that you can upload to YouTube to use on your videos. And if you're not great at designing thumbnails, just keep the same exact kind of style and formula. Maybe change out the picture of yourself, change out the background image to whatever you're talking about, and just change the text. And you've got a pretty solid thumbnail right here that you can use in your YouTube videos. And once again, this is over on YouTubeleadgen.com is where you can find this template. While you're over there, I've also got a bunch of great articles that I've written. One of them you may want to check out is 10 Killer Video Marketing Ideas for Real Estate Agents. Goes over the 10 videos that I think real estate agents should be making in their videos, and gives you guys different examples. You can also find episodes of the YouTube Lead Gen Show, which I host with Christina Smallhorn, and we literally interview real estate agents that are just crushing it using YouTube videos. I think we're up to, 20 episodes now. We've been doing this show for a good while now. Go over to gear, you can find a bunch of recommendations for all the camera gear that I personally use and that I personally recommend, and kind of my thoughts on these different gear. Then over in the software section, you'll find all the different software that I recommend as well. So you have Keyword Everywhere and TubeBuddy and Ubersuggest. the websites that I use, video editing software that I use. There's just a bunch of different software that I use and a lot of other real estate agents use in their YouTube videos as well. So if you want to learn more ways to use YouTube to grow your real estate business, click right over here to watch the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you over here.